Hey, I wanted to talk to you about my temporary dentures, and there's a couple things that I wish I would have known before I went to my dentist, but I wanted this information to get out there because I watched a lot of stuff, a lot of YouTube videos, and I went to a lot of websites, and I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't. So, the first thing you need to do is in the decision process, if you want to get dentures or not, I would do everything you can to try to save your regular teeth. I mean, these are not like contacts or hair extensions or hair color. It's a permanent decision, and you're going to have to live with it for the rest of your life. And you're going to have to live with that decision that you made. For me, I never thought I'd be in dentures at 48, but for some reason the enamel it completely came off of my teeth, and it started in the back and then it worked its way up. And I want to show you a couple of pictures really quick. I wish I had some pictures of my teeth before I got my dentures, but I was too embarrassed. And if you look at these, all the pictures that I took, my mouth is shut. So I was completely embarrassed. The company that I was working for just shut down in the state that I live in, so it left me without a job. So, I'm trying to find a new job, and, I wanted to be able to talk to people and feel confident and not be embarrassed in my teeth. Okay, so I decided to go to my regular dentist. I know a lot of people go to, some of the, like, affordable dentures or Aspen Dental, and I thought about going that route, but, what I read online scared me, but now I kind of know why so many people have had bad experiences. I do have a friend that went to the affordable dentures here, and she had no problems at all, and she's perfectly happy with her permanent dentures. So, I can't say check into the facility, that's closest to you, talk to patients, ask for pictures, and definitely ask to look at samples of what your temporary and your permanent dentures are going to look like. But, there's pros and cons. I went to my regular dentist, and it took 6 weeks just to get the top plate. And each plate was $800. And I thought paying that much, I trusted my dentist. He's well known. He's been in the area for a long time. He was on the cheaper end of the range of dentures in the area. But he pulled 4 on this side, and then 2 weeks later he pulled 4 on the other side, and then he made the mold after it had given time for these to heal. And then I went back a week and a half later after the lab made the denture. And when I was also in there for that mold appointment, we chose the shade of the teeth, and we chose the shape and the color of the gums, and go a shade lighter. My dentist, he picked it for me, but I told him I wanted a shade lighter because they are going to stain, especially if you are, a coffee drinker, tea drinker, soda. They are going to stain, so you want to go a shade lighter. And also ask him, and this is one of my biggest complaints about these temporary dentures, is these don't go up into the gum line. And so to me, they look short. And, you know, when I smile too big, I think it's obvious. You know, when I'm just talking or, you know, a little smile, please tell your dentist to ask the lab to make sure that these front teeth go up into the gum line so they look more natural. That's my biggest complaint. You do need to know you're going to have to go back for adjustments. I had the front 4 teeth pulled on Thursday. The office was closed Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday was a holiday. By Tuesday, I had some really bad sore spots. So, you know, you have to be careful when you have the teeth pulled, which wasn't painful, really. I mean, that's what scared me, because I wanted to do this about a year ago, but I was terrified of getting my teeth pulled. But, you know, doing it in a long, you know, over a longer period of time, the doctor gave me Tramadol and Advil, and I only had to take the Advil. It didn't hurt after I could start feeling my mouth again. I mean, I had very little discomfort, and I really didn't have that much swelling. But make sure that you also talk to your doctor if, in one of the problems, I'm having a big problem with this bottom one, but talk to your dentist if you have problems with your alignment, you know, your teeth lining up. And also be ready for adjustments, because your teeth are going to heal, where your teeth were, your gums are going to start healing really quickly, and your dentures are going to start feeling bulky, and they're going to start moving around. And I do have to use an adhesive. And the dentist gave me a sample, and it's Fixodent, and it's got a thin tip on it, and I just put a thin strip around, you know, around the whole thing, and then set these in and hold it. And, you know, I'm pretty happy with the way that these feel. The problem with getting them, you know, 6 weeks is a long time. And I was having a hard time eating, and I know it looked horrible, you know, missing most of my teeth. And I kind of stayed hidden for 6 weeks. But when you go to affordable dentures, they're going to pull them all at one time. And when they make the mold with your teeth in your mouth. So they really can't get a good mold with the teeth in your mouth. So I think that's the biggest difference between going to a regular dentist and doing over a long period of time, and going to a place where they're going to pull them all at once. And you're also going to have to get used to talking. You're going to have to get used to the plate on your mouth and eating. And, you know, these, you can't feel these. And when you bite down, I don't know, mine aren't that sharp. You know, I have bit my lip a couple of times, but, you know, chewing, the texture of everything, it's different. It's not the same. So I would definitely, I mean, if you're in a situation like I was and you have to get them, I'm really glad that I did. But if there's any way that you can save your teeth, which I did try, you know, I had 3 root canals, I had a crown on this tooth, you know, I had a bunch of cavities filled in the back, but about 3 years ago I bit into a Dorito and cracked a tooth, and I mean, it was all downhill from there. But that's the biggest thing that I wanted to tell you in this segment. In the next segment, I'm going to tell you about what I've been going through with the bottom. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And we'll also talk a little bit about getting ready for the permanent dentures. You know, that's another thing my dentist keeps, because I'm not really happy with these. He keeps reminding me these are just your temporary. These temporary to me look like the affordable dentures, cheapest denture that they make. They look the same to me. So make sure you know what you're getting. Make sure you pick the shade you want. Make sure that these go into your gum line, and ask as many questions as you possibly can before you start the process. But again, I'm here to help you through the process, and I got these 2 months ago. I got the bottom about 2.5 weeks ago, so the bottom is still new to me. And you know, this is really expensive, and I know when I get the permanent dentures, it's not going to be for 10 months to a year, because I'm going to have to save up money all over again for the permanent one. So I was hoping I would be more happy with the temporary dentures, but those are some things that hopefully you can avoid the same problems that I have. But again, questions, comments, go ahead. I'll try to help answer as much as I can, and I will try to get back on tomorrow and explain what's going on with the bottom. But have a good night, guys.